I figured I'll give my commentary to this nonsense that I see going on with these daytime talk shows. And to me, before I get started, because I got some stuff I got to cover, because the delusion from many of these modern heifers, it's getting real bad. I mean, the stuff that I see women in my family watch, I'm like shaking my head. And I feel a lot of guys who just, I can see why getting married is not worth it. Getting married is not worth it. I mean, if you live in a Western society dealing with the modern Western female, modern day female, the westernized modern female, I understand. I understand why some of us got rotation, some of us who got red hot pill, awoke to these hoes, awakening conscious to these females as well. I'm just being very self-aware. And I say as a man, you need to be very self-aware. Man, it's just crazy out here. And I have to get shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Crimson and Kendra from Crimson Cure. About to touch base with her. I mean, she does a wonderful job. Just not only just doing her part, helping women out, but actually helping men out get a better understanding. I think when you have people who are content creators, especially in the space of the so-called red pill manosphere, and women who are against gynocentric bullshit, delusions, and she, worries about her side. We'll keep the women accountable as long as you guys do what you're supposed to do. And that's great. That is great. That is wonderful and fantastic, okay? Make sure you subscribe to those ladies. I mean, women who want to better themselves, definitely listen to these women. Okay? Guys, definitely listen to from a lady's perspective on a lot of things. Danica Marie, shout out. But anyway, let me play this.
Project.com that states if a woman has these 6 traits, do not marry her. Pay attention. According to the article, if she's a daddy or mommy's girl, a shopaholic, a workaholic, a narcissist, an attention seeker, or a spiritual vampire. Which I was like, what is a spiritual vampire? I looked it up. It's basically someone who is cynical, pessimistic, and negative. Yeah, they always go in the opposite direction. Ladies, what do you think about these traits? What do you think about this list of traits?
I don't care about that. What I care about is 6 traits for marrying a man.
Heifer, with your fat, dusty, nothing ass, shut your hoe ass up. It's like, I can't stand. Lonnie Love just makes y'all look bad. Lizzo, Lonnie Love, and you have this other heifer talking about no broke Dizzy in the new year. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna forsake her resolutions because ain't nobody checking for her fat ass. I mean, unless somebody just want to get their itch scratching, but ain't nobody taking that heifer on CNN. I forgot her name, but I'll probably do a response. I'll probably just do it on here, depending on how much I get through.
Are they the same?
Probably works. A cheater, don't make no money, homeless, carless.
That sounds like a lot of you heifers. That sounds like a lot of you females. My thing, Lonnie, if she ever comes across this, because I be hurting some feelings. I mean, especially I'm back on the YouTube streets. Let me say this to the clowns. Garcelle, she a fucking joke. She fine, but I'd rather, if I had to choose being super drunk, not that I drink, I'm not a drinker. I don't deal with alcohol like that. But if I had to, I probably deal with Garcelle. She kind of look attractive, but she crazy. But Lonnie Loser, which you know, loving ass. If the guys, just because you chose guys, especially that broke ass Chad, that broke ass cave male, who's a cheater and a liar. But it's so funny how I thought you were happy with your divesting, Lonnie Loser. Lonnie, no love having whole ass, dumbass, fat bitch need to hit the goddamn gym. Here's the thing. Before I play it, but let me get this out there real fast. Lonnie, Loser. There's nothing loving about you. Lonnie, no love. Loser. Listen up. That's a you problem, and the fact that you're too old. I would like all these heifers are in their 50s, late 40s, over the age of 45, or over the age of 40. Y'all too old to be acting like you're still in your 20s, your early 20s. Y'all supposed to be, and this is scary, guys. See, these older women, regardless if they're unattractive, I mean, these post-wall females, even if she looks good, like Garcelle. I mean, to me, she looks good in my personal opinion. I just hit it and quit it. But my thing is, y'all. See, this is why a lot of these older heifers don't see. The thing is, this is why they are not. See, they're supposed to be mentoring these younger women. They refuse to do that because they want to compete. They still want to be relevant. They don't want to pass down the torch. It's like some of these older guys out there, instead of just passing on the knowledge and learning from having these young people learn from not just their mistakes, but learn from your fuck ups. No, y'all right. No, you want to be on top. You don't want nobody. You don't want the younger people, the younger generation coming behind you to do better because you're that selfish. But when you can't, if you can't walk, get up, be all happy, jolly, and you gotta be on a wheelchair or walk a cane. Hopefully you can be blessed to walk at 80 and 90, but some of y'all ain't gonna, the way y'all live, y'all gonna be crippled. Can't wipe your own ass no more. Gotta have assistance, be at the nursing home. This is why you will end up by your damn self, depressed and dying out in misery because of stupid crap like this. But let me continue.
Same?
Probably worse. A cheater, don't make no money, homeless.
Oh, you mean the Instagram, those Instagram influencers like Brittany Renner, don't make their own money, just get the bag, just live off of other dudes, be dusty. You mean like that?
Emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Carry
a big
baggage.
thing.
Let's talk about that.
Guys, what was that song? You ain't nothing but a liar, a cheater,
And this is the thing. It was about men. You see how these heifers flip the narrative? Now, I understand some people will say, well, Calvin, sometimes when you go on these live streams and be the guest, you be trying to, I don't need to flip nothing. I'm saying, even though when I critique the women or talk about the women and their bullshit, I can't just say, blame them 1,000%. Because you got a bunch of beta males, you got a bunch of simps who actually enable this bullshit out here. Okay? Emotionally unavailable. A lot of you women don't need this. Garcelle, shut the fuck up. Yes, make sure, before I continue, please support my channel. I'll say that at the end of the video, but please support my channel. Like, share, subscribe, and go to bless the Cash App, bless my Cash App and my PayPal so I can keep my channel going because I need to debunk this bullshit out here. Okay, emotionally unavailable, a cheater. First of all, you females need to stop fucking talking because y'all want what other women want. And you gotta understand there is competition. It's like me. If I want a fine ass, beautiful woman, which I can get, believe it or not, if these guys don't have no place to stay, don't even have their own place of residence, don't have their own place to stay, don't have their own personal transportation, don't have none of that, don't have their own transportation, their own resources, or they don't even have a knowledge of self. They don't have nothing of their own. Like I said before, women want what other females want. Women want what other women want. Instead of thinking for ourselves, having critical thinking skills. A lot of you women need a lot of y'all need to think for yourselves. Y'all be group thinking overly. Now I understand women by nature are followers, but actually a lot of people I can't even say that. We go by the so-called science and data. This is not always accurate. It's not always accurate. I gotta say that. My thing is this: we as a whole, men included, you can't say men are 100% leaders because we're following behind somebody else. There's a hierarchy, social engineering or not. There's roles to play. There's roles that people gotta operate under, gotta operate with. And even if you go your own path, you still gotta have you gotta stand for something. Stand by a set of values and principles and have a moral compass. I don't care what anybody says. People talk about, if you don't have this and that, you can't have, man, get out of here. So I guess you want to if you don't believe in a moral compass, then I guess you support crime. I guess you support crime, abuse, toxic violence, grape. I guess you all support that shit too. I guess what? If you don't have no moral compass of values, you're going to be broke. You're going to be out in the street, homeless, beat up, murdered, or in jail, going to prison, or get death row. If you don't have a moral compass, if you don't understand the laws of the land out here, and then the fact that in our community we want to make excuses and blame the system, but y'all Negroes still keep the system going stupidly, because when people try to men, especially melanated men who are intelligent, the ones y'all call lame, squares, they're too militant, talk like they're white, Malcolm X style, revolutionary like Marcus Garvey, and the women like Kathleen Cleaver, Asada Shakur, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, women of that. Many of our great leaders are. And I mean, shoot, there's so many names, man, down the road, but those are the names that just stick out to me. The ones who are about the revolution. When people try to affect change, when we try to affect change and do what they got to do, y'all don't support that. Y'all rather, because y'all love your master too much. Let's just say it like that. Emotionally unavailable. Let me say this. When a man is, let me say to this heifer, Garcelle, fuck you, bitch. Yeah, I said it. My thing, when a man is available, then y'all call him needy and clingy. My thing is, you know what? I'll just say that later, deep in the video, to the end. Y'all, my thing is, y'all like to go for dudes who are emotionally unavailable because the men who do care and have emotions and feelings, y'all want to call them weak. Those who exhibit that type of behavior and that type of foolishness, okay? No accountability. They're moving the goalposts and they're flipping the narrative. First of all, women do not like guys who are to themselves, guys who focus on their purpose, gentlemen. They don't like the high value men. They just want him for what he got as a cleanup man. They don't like guys who are focused on themselves, to focus on themselves, which is their purpose, themselves, and then the women. Or that's it. Well, you can take it how you want to take it. I'll say this again. Women, when it comes to men who are about shit, about have purpose, they don't respect guys like that. Guys who are on their purpose. Guys who are disciplined. Self-disciplined, hold themselves accountable, hold others accountable. They hate men like that until they hit the wall. When a man's focused on his purpose, on himself, his purpose, and then her. They hate that because they can't control him. Most guys are not cheaters. Most guys don't even have the resources. Most guys don't have to, and you don't have to be a wealthy man to cheat. You got men who making like less than $10 an hour or don't have nothing, getting laid like a rock star. You got these guys, these nameless, no money having futures. These women treat these guys like kings. These males who are reckless with their dick, have no dick discipline. But you got these women who have no box discipline, no discipline of emotions and emotions in their feelings. And I know if they have to be emotionally disciplined, it's usually when it comes to their zaddy. Because their cave zaddy don't play.
Diva heartbreaker. Yes.
That's what I hear.
Have a little bit of those things
Exactly.
on the list. What are you supposed to do? I would say for me, workaholic. I would say shopaholic too, to a certain degree. But I feel like, but that's what I do. That's what I'm doing. If that's a negative thing for a man,
I can kind of get the mommy's girl, the daddy's girl, maybe, what's worse is a mama's boy. That's worse, because they'll never want to get out the mama house.
No.
And then they
Well, here's the thing about that. You have women who purposely do not want to help their sons get out the nest. These guys can be working hard. They don't want to help them. They don't they will help their daughters first get focus on their business career, when that should not be her focus. I'm not saying it can't, but you have these programs that they vote Democratic, okay? Democratic, Triple K. Don't get that stuff twisted, fucked up, and incorporated. So you have these resources for women, these social programs and all that stuff. And then you have the community that just helps women only. But when it comes to these boys and men, y'all don't help them. Y'all don't want to help them, teach them about business or nothing. We got to learn on the fly. The only thing we should be focused on sports, and more sports, and, acting tough. Just working out to look good. Not to work out to have survival skills and self-defense and problem solving and just be a healthy man. No, we got to look good for you, like we the women. And our community is really fucked up like that. And then when men say, when men try to get I can't, you can't take my car, but the girl can drive the car around, the little girl, the daughter can drive the car around. She can be a 304. A man can't, we can't help a man. We can't help our sons. We'll help a grown man who ain't about shit. But when it comes to helping these younger guys, and then when there's men who are alphas who are present, no, you don't want to have that. You want them to be a simp. A high value, and I don't like that term, Black Light Black podcast. I don't like the term, but they really want a male who's of high value to be a successful on-point simp, a high-value simp, a high-value sucker simp. You have men who struggle, and I can speak from personal experience, but they don't want their sons to leave the nest, because that's why they keep them feminized and bitch made, because they don't want men to be men. They don't want men to be critical thinkers. They don't want men to be self-efficient to the point where that you can't tell us nothing, because women are about control freaks. Women do not want these guys to the point, because women see, with Lana Loves Soccer, she loves them guys. If you want to know a woman's type, ask her about her dating past. Ask her about her body count. Well, she ain't going to tell you. She'll never tell you. Now, there's a few, me personally, that have told me the truth. And guys, it was heavy. But I had to, I had to let her open up to me, because, that's what you got to do, man. And it was hard for me to take. It gave me more red pill. But let me just say, the fact of the matter is these women, they don't help their sons try to build themselves to be better men. They really don't care about their daughters like that. Oh, we want them to be a part-time dude, but be a feminist, masculine, not a man-hating heifer, just like them, and be a thotty fat cake, broke-ass hoe. You got a lot of women who live there with their parents, but but we'll help our daughters, we'll help them, business, just learn stuff. But when it comes to the sons, just stay out the prison system, cower to white authority, cower to women, kiss women's asses, put on a pedestal, but listen to us, even though we don't know nothing about male leadership. We don't want you to be our leadership. We don't want you to be alpha. We don't want you fucking on a bunch of women and dealing with women on your terms, and where women have to submit to you and yes, I said it, and comply. We don't want you to be control of your household. You have a lot of women who feminize their sons and their nephews and be emasculated, because I'm speaking from, even if this young man, this boy who's becoming a man, comes from a two-parent home, you got simp fathers, like Chantel Simone said, who pander to their daughters, put them on a pedestal, but when it comes to men, you gotta work for your stuff. You gotta slave. You gotta, no, I'm like, fuck that. I mean, first of all, I didn't ask to be here. Don't want to go off of the tangent, but I'm saying, why do I gotta to get stuff to be on a basic level? That's like, why don't you help me get there? I mean, there's nothing wrong with spoiling kids, but you got to teach values and accountability, but it starts with y'all leading by example. What I have an issue with, before I continue, but I'm not going to play all of it. I mean, I heard enough. What gets me is that these women, especially, they don't want to help their sons. They don't want to help men or put their sons in a position to win. They don't want to bring the right men around them. They want to bring these effeminate ass guys who abuse their children because they're mad at the father. They're mad about that. They don't want their sons to be free thinkers. They want them to be like them. Women are controlling. They want their sons, they want to kill everything masculine and keep their sons like bitch made to control. But those guys who are very effeminate and there's no masculine energy, very not masculine, they're emotionally retarded and fucked up and reckless. And those guys, you can't tell them nothing. They act like these females, and these females like it. And they want their daughters to be just body cakes, hoes, not feminine, ladylike, and traditional. No, just be a modern hoe and have masculine energy when it's convenient for you, but no equality. I just want supremacy. That's what this is about. So a lot of times when it comes to these mama's boys, a lot of you women create that situation because you don't want to help your son or or just cooperate with a man, with your husband, so your son can be, a leader. You don't want that. You want to lead from the back seat. Okay? You don't want your sons to do well enough, especially if you're a single mother who's wrecked her home and she don't want to because nobody can tell her nothing. So you don't want your son to be an alpha and go his own way and help build himself up to win and be in control of his household and control his woman and not deal with you. Because the truth of the matter is, these women, when they get old and lonely, they don't have nobody. So that's why they will make sure they'll have their daughters, don't go too far. Don't get married. Don't do this and that. I want to be dependent on you. But when it comes to my sons, don't go nowhere because I don't have nobody. See, it's a son husband. It's an abuse. And a lot of our women contribute to white supremacy. They are the gatekeepers of white supremacy. I know that's controversial, but these are facts. They don't want their sons to do well for themselves or be independent because, when men are independent and are in their stride, on their square, that means he ain't gonna have nothing to do with these heifers. A lot of these women, and that's why these women talk about, if you get successful, you're gonna date out. Well, maybe if you raise your daughters to be ladies, you wouldn't and stop teaching this feminist, mammy, idiotic bullshit. You wouldn't have to worry about that.
I believe because I was dating one time and I almost beat up the mama.
Lonnie, don't be fighting people's moms.
South real quick.
Why?
He was only a few ages different.
But then you're starting to make sense. Okay, what happened in that relationship?
It didn't last. He was a true mama's boy.
And you know what? I'm not gonna put. I don't even want to put the rest of this.
Because your son is able and capable of doing these things, then I get that you require that because it's something you yourself bring to the table.
Do you have any other these traits that we're talking about?
I feel like
I mean, the thing about that is that these women have nothing to offer what's between their legs, and that gets old.
workaholic was probably the only one that I can definitely lean towards, like being a workaholic. Narcissist, don't date a man that's a narcissist. That goes in general. That seems pretty obvious.
No, this is the thing, guys. No, these women. See, this is a prime example that these heifers cannot take no personal responsibility. This is if you look at the fake, not the real, the fake. The majority of these heifers, I mean, with the exception of Jenny Ma. Now, I have issues with Jenny Ma. Getting with young Jeezy, but that's a whole different video of a different time. That's a whole different video in itself. All these females over here. Let me see.
Up here talking on the list and all.
I'm like, look at this. It's just, I want to stop it right here. Look at them. All these heifers are manless. Hit post wall, and this bitch, the bitch to the left is fat as hell. The negative stereotype, and then you wonder why black women get typecasted. And I don't want to hear nothing from the pro-waxed, from the unconscious dumbass community talking about who's the system. Well, guess who's maintaining the system? These free heifers right here, these free melanated females, these modern, westernized, retarded ass melanated females. These three females over there, westernized, modern melanated heifers. They're the gatekeepers of Karen and Zaddy. These females just no accountability. They're a bunch of black Karens. What I call black Karens. Those are the worst. I don't care what y'all say about the white kicker Karens. Those black kicker Karens are the worst. Black Karens because they're a bunch of goddamn coons, a bunch of bed wenches. Divesting gone wrong. Look into the heifer to the right. Garcelle. I don't know. I'm not going to even try to pronounce her name. All these women talk about, I'm a victim. Oh, it's not my fault. They're a bunch of narcissists. Ladies, don't be like them. Especially you younger ones. Do not take advice from, I know I'm going to get smoked for this, but don't take advice from older women. Because older does not mean wiser and smarter. That's the biggest myth in the black community. Older means wiser. Respect your elders. How can you respect elders like this when look how they behave? Look how they take no accountability. Look how they're always the victim. It's always somebody's fault. These white tear black Karens, these white tears having black Karen bitches talking their shit. Wonder why they all single, dying alone, unprotected. The type of females I could have played the rest of this clip, man, but to me it's like I couldn't just. It's just enough. The man's the fault. All the men are abusive. All the men are violent. But y'all the ones, y'all don't do no wrong. Like y'all ain't violent. Like y'all don't stalk. Y'all don't street harass. Y'all don't catcall. Guys, these women are hypocrites. That's why I can't take their story seriously. I've seen women shake their ass, degrade themselves, push all this thought shit. And these women talk about they're not protected. Everybody's picking on them. Everybody's picking on them, and especially the black men. And black men ain't bothering you like that because y'all say we're weak. We go, especially the ones who are dating women of different nationalities, getting passports. And I said that for a reason. Dealing with other melanated women who don't act like this, who don't behave like that, don't have that mammy, slave-minded, white feminazi mindset. Okay? But in the men who stay in America or go overseas and deal with a woman of a different ethnicity, that's why they do it. And I'm speaking of our community. I know the other races of men Caucasian males, they don't like Caucasian females like that. They dating. The only time you see them of a black wife if they go overseas, you'll see them of an Asian woman or a Latina, depending on what demographic in the states. Depending on what demographic, it can go either way. It's not necessarily in that order. But when it comes to black women as wives, it's not American women. And then people wonder why that is. Well, because look how they behave. I mean, the baby boomers, and I don't want to, it's not because of slavery, it's because of feminism, welfare, food stamps, no fault divorce, women having all this freedom and all power and no responsibility, gynocentrism, mammy privilege. Okay? Alimony, child support, women being all this female empowerment from these non-progressive heifer groups. Okay? These women are angry, hurt, and bitter. I see the pain. Now, look. Me in the past, I would just be going, but I do feel some empathy from these heifers, even though they would never reciprocate that shit. But these women, look, these females, with the exception of Jenny Ma, I have issues with Jenny Ma and Young Jeezy, but I had to take my hat off to Jenny Ma. She stopped being a victim. Even though she sees black men as a fetish, which I think is problem, but even though she was being a goddamn Asian Bedouin for a long time, but the fact that she, I always had a favor for dark meat. That was I had the problem that I'm not going to start going in on that topic. But the fact of the matter is that she changed, and now she's with Young Jeezy, about to have her child. I don't know if she had the child or not. Having a baby right now, I think she's still about to have his child. And now you had Lonnie No Love bitch say all types of negative shit talk. And I'm proud of Jenny Ma for changing her life and talking and not being a victim, not bashing men, disrespecting men, and just looking in the mirror. And a lot of you females need to look in the mirror and guess what? Them dudes in those 50-year-old successful on point dudes who are in their 50s, they don't want to deal with you. They'll sleep with you, but they ain't going to deal with you. They're going to go for women of the younger version of you. Okay? And have children. Okay? No, at best, you might as well just deal with the guys who who are open to dating. The only thing y'all going to get is a casual dating. And as far as Lonnie Loser, she's stuck with that broke and dusty, smelly, ain't took a bath in a month, nasty, racist, misogynistic, cave trash, Chad. She's stuck with that nasty cave beast Chad. And I think and that's a personal choice because she got nobody else. She ain't gonna date she don't want to deal with no brother. And because I'm pretty sure she had her chances, just like Vivica Fox. Oh yeah, I got you. You're next, bitch. Just like Vivica, she had her chances. No, she wanted the guys that she can control, that she can manipulate. Because look how masculine she conducts herself. Look how overweight she look. Lonnie Love and Lizzo and that heifer, that goofy ass heifer, talk about no broke dick. Family show, I know. Look at you. You mean there's no way in hell if you look. I know you can afford a personal trainer, Lonnie No Love. I know you can afford that personal trainer. Now those Garcia and that other half in the middle, they kind of look appealing. They a smash. That's how they can get the itch scratch, but that's it. That's all they got. But Lonnie No Love, you talk all this crap. Try going to the goddamn gym. Have a plant-based diet. Stop eating all that fried chicken and donuts and Twinkies. I don't eat no Twinkies like that. I don't eat no fast food like this bitch does. Okay, I can cook my own food. I don't drink no soda. So y'all can't come at me. And even though I take medication and I have my issues, but goddamn, I can't make excuses. But stop making excuses for those heifers. These heifers made their own bed and they gotta sleep in it and shut the fuck up for life.